Welcome to my channel, Alvarado with you. My name is Alvarado, and today I'm going to teach you how to cut a rafter using this priming square. So today we are going to use this square to cut one rafter. But the first thing we have to know is how is our run. So let's find out for our run, and then we're coming back for cut our rafter. Okay, before to cut the rafter, we are going to find how long is the run, or how wide is going to be our run. But I'm going to show you this blueprint for give you an example. Okay, so if I hook or for my number, I have to hook from outside of this wall to outside of this wall. So from here to here, I have to measure how much I have. I'm going to give you an example, like I have 15 feet. Okay, so if I have 15 feet, the total number of our run, okay, so we have to divide this number, okay, so but we have to keep in our mind, we have to take away 1.5 inches from this number every time, okay, every time from your total number you have to take away 1.5 inches, because that's our ridge is over here in the middle of our raft, in the center. So that ridge right there is 1.5 inches. So it's two ways to divide this number or to take away 1.5 inches. The first one, or I will call the first one, is 15 feet. Okay, 15 feet minus 1.5 inches equals 14 feet 10.5. 14 feet 10.5. So after we have our 14 feet 10.5, so now we know over here we just take away 1.5 inches. So now we have to divide this number. Okay, so if we divide this number, it's going to be 7 feet 5 1/4, and this number is going to be our run. That's our perfect run, okay, because we just take away the 1.5 inches and then we divide, and now we have 7 feet 5 1/4. And let me show you another way. If we have 15 feet, okay, but now we want divide 15 feet exactly, so the center of that one is going to be 7 feet 6. That's the center of this one exactly, okay, the center of 15 feet. Now we know already we have to take away 1.5 inches. So because we just take the center over here, straight from the 15, we just take away, we just divide this number. Now we have to just take away 3/4. That's all we have to take away, 3/4. Okay, so now 7 feet 6 minus 3/4 is going to be 7 feet 5 1/4. So it's going to be the same number. First over here, if we take away 1.5 inches, then divide 7 feet 5 1/4. Over here, 15 feet. First we divide, then we have to take away 3/4, and this is gonna be our perfect run. Okay. So using this number, we know already 7 feet 5 1/4. That's our run. So thereafter, the rafter, the one we are going to cut right now, okay? So because we know already from here to the middle of this minus 3/4, we have 7 foot 5 1/4. So that's the number we are going to use right now to cut our rafter. So this rafter and this rafter, they are going to be the same number, So this is the example I want to give you to you. That way you can understand more how cut the rafters. Okay, after we found our run, after we divide the 15 feet, we know the center of that one is 7 foot 6, but then we have to take it off the 3/4 away for our reach. So now our run is 7 foot 5 1/4. So because we know that number already, we are going to put that number on our rafter, and I will show you how we can do it. Now the first thing we are going to do right now is the tail of our rafter, okay? So and this time, or this example, I'm going to use 1 foot overhang, only 1 foot, but it's the same if the overhang is going to be wider. It's going to be the same. So the same way. Now let's mark our tail. Don't forget we are using 8/12, okay? That's the number we are using right now, 8/12. 8 is the pitch, and 12 is the number we take all the numbers from that one. Like, let me give you an example. 1/12, 2/12, 3/12, 4/12, and all the number. Every time you have to use this number right here when you say something, when you use this square, okay? So the first thing we are going to make, is the 8/12. So if you don't never use this one, this speed square right here, we are going to use this one for our point, and then the common stay over here, the common, and then this is the pitch, okay? This is the common, that means is the pitch over here. So the first we are going to look for is for our 8/12, and 8 using, let me put a mark over here, using this point. We're going to put our square in this point, and then I'm going to use the 8, the number 8 from the common, and that means the 8/12. Then I have to mark it on this side. So now I have this mark over here, or this point over here. From this point we are going to put our 8/12. Now I'm going to use over here the number 12, and over here I'm going to use the number 8, but you can use 12 over here and 8 over here, or 12 over here and 8 over here. Doesn't matter. Don't worry for that one. And then I can put my square like this with the 12 over here and 8 over here. Okay, we are going to use this line of our 2x6 to run our square to point and point. Okay, so using our square, this is the mark, this is the top of our mark. I'm going to put right there 12, and over here 8, and then I can mark over here. Okay, so because every time we use a fascia, 2x6 fascia or 2x4 fascia, and every time the fascia is 1.5 inches, so we have to take away 1.5 inches, okay, from this point right now, because from here to over here we have 12, so minus 1.5 inches is gonna be 10.5. So keep going with the number 8 over here and the 12 over here, but then we are looking for 10.5 on this line, but don't lose your point over here. This point of your 2x6, 12 and 8, and now this line over here, the line we marked with our A12 is 10.5. Now we can mark it over here. So now we have the tail over here. Every time for my bare mouse over here, every time I'm using 4.5. That's my number every time. So let's use a square, and let me cut it for you. Now you can see we have the tail already over here. We have the tail, we have from here to this point over here, we have 10.5, plus after we add our 1.5 inch fascia, it's going to be 1 foot exactly. And over here, where my tail is, okay, I like, because every time the 2x6 is 5.5, and the fascia, every time we found the fascia over here, it's a 2x6, so I just go 5 3/4 like this, 5 3/4, and then I square, and I will cut these little points. Why I did it like this? Because I can use my my bottom side like this of my 2x6 and nail it, and then this part is gonna work really good for our plywood, okay? And every time if this one is 8, 7, 8 and more up, this is the 5 3/4 you can use, you know, it's gonna be good for your plywood. And then 6, 5, 4 and down, you just leave it with the point. Don't worry about it for that one. So this is the way you cut the rafter and the tail. Now from this point, because remember it was 5 foot, it was 7 foot 5 1/4. So using the framing square, okay, using our framing square, we have to put the numbers 7 times, and then I'm gonna show you how you're gonna make it like this. Look, every time right here 12, and look for the number 8, and let's put a mark. So from right now we have 1 time, so and remember we have to make 7 times. Two times. 3 times. 4 times. 5 times. 6 times. And 7 times. Okay, now this is my 7 times. Okay, I put 7 times because we have 7 foot 5 1/4. That's our run. So this is the 7 times because our running was 7 feet 5 1/4. When we use the square, okay, when we use the framing square, we count 7 feet like 7 times. Okay, let's go like, if we have 15 feet, 3.5, we are going to use the square to put our numbers 15 times, okay? Because every time that mean in the primary square is 1 foot, okay? 7 foot or 7 feet, 7 times. If my run is gonna be, let's call 20 feet, so I'm going to use my square 20 times. Now we are going to put our 5.25, and it's gonna be the same way like I say, okay? Let's put with our square like this, okay? I have 8/12 for him, this point and this point, using my 2x6, and the same like I did for the tail. The same way I have to use this one right here going that way, and don't forget this 8 and right here the 12. When you have right there, when you have 8, 12 and 5.25 over here, okay, so that is your final number. Remember our run, it was 7 foot 5.25, so over here I have my 5.25, so from here to here I have 5.25, and now this is the point we have to cut, okay? And like this, you can cut whatever rafter, whatever run you have for your house. You can use this primary square, and it's gonna be a perfect number on your dyno, on your dyno for your rafter. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe, share the video, like the video, and don't forget to activate the little bell. That way, every time when I post my new video, you can see it. Thank you, and God bless you.